Hello everyone, I'm Charlie Danis of Capital Athletics, and joining me now the head coach of the Capital Crusaders football program, that being Mr. Craig Candeto. And coach, week one in the books, 54-20 win over Earlham last week. Let's first talk about your quarterback, Chase Longwell. Great performance, 5 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 3 through the air. I would imagine you were pretty happy with his performance.
I was happy with Chase's performance. You know, on offense, it all starts at the quarterback position as far as the decisions that he makes, the checks that he makes get us in the right place. I think the thing that I'm most proud of with Chase and our offense in general is not the yardage, not the point total, you know, not their effort, all that, but was the way we took care of the football. No turnovers at all for us on offense, and to piggyback on that as well, no fumbles at all. I mean, there were no balls on the ground at all on offense, which is a huge plus for us in this offense.
Turnovers definitely help. It also helps to have an offensive line that opens up holes for your playmakers. Talk about how your O-line performed against Earlham last week.
Yeah, the O-line did well. You know, there's obviously areas in every position group that we can clean up, but the thing that I was most proud of with the O-line was that they were physical. And you can really see on film that those guys were really hungry to get after some people and move some bodies, and they were very physical, and we were definitely physical across the board really on offense too. Our slots were very physical in that O-line, and it all starts with those guys making the blocks. Besides
Chase having a big performance, good enough to, by the way, to be OAC Player of the Week, he also got standout performances from Brent Walton, who had 171 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Jake Skelton also made some big plays in the passing game with 5 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. It has to make you feel good. That's not just a one-man offense with Chase. He's actually getting help not only in the backfield, but also on the perimeter.
Right, no question. And you know, we want to get the ball in multiple guys' hands, because for a guy to carry the ball 20 times, I think Brent and Chase both carried the ball about 20 times. You know, we'd like to get the ball distributed to other places, whether it's Jake, whether it's our slot backs, you know, so those guys can carry a bulk of the load as well.
So let's now switch sides here, going to the defensive side. Good news is he gave up only 76 yards rushing. A little high in yards passing, 344, but you did force 2 turnovers. You got 4 sacks. So I guess kind of a mixed bag defensively. I mean, how would you characterize it?
Yeah, we played well at times on defense, and then other times we didn't read our keys and we let some big plays happen. I think the biggest thing in reviewing the film are those mistakes that we made. It wasn't really a lot of things that they did to us that we hadn't seen. It was guys getting their eyes off keys, guys being out of place, you know. So those are very correctable things. They're not necessarily physical things, they're mental things. So you know, if we can correct the mental mistakes on defense, we'll have a lot more success, specifically in the pass coverage and things like that. And then, you know, we were in position at sometimes and just didn't make the play. So there are a couple times physically that we need to go ahead and step through that door and make that play when we're in position.
So after the one non-conference game, you go straight into conference play. You're going to be welcoming Wilmington next week at Bernlohr Stadium. When you watch the film of this Wilmington squad, what jumps out at you? What concerns you?
Yeah, they're multiple on a lot of different fronts: offense, defense, special teams. So when you play a team like that, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what exactly they're going to do schematically. You know, they do have some athletes on both sides of the ball. I think about their quarterback, their receiver on offense. A couple of good receivers actually. They like to throw it around a lot. So you know, we're going to have to shore up our pass defense a lot this week to be able to compete. Their receiver is probably as good as anybody in the conference. Duncan, he's a big kid, he's strong, physical, and a lot of teams double him because he's so good. The other thing is that, you know, their defense, they have some pretty good players as well. Their linebacker was an all-conference player last year, Starkey. He's a very good player. He actually returns kicks as well, so that kind of tells you what type of athlete he is. They're pretty young across the board as well. They're kind of like us, and so you know, they still have some guys I think that are kind of feeling their positions out, but overall they're definitely a threat to us.
All right, well, hopefully you can go out there and get win number 2 of the 2014 season. Coach, thanks so much for joining us here today. That was Craig Candeto, head coach of the Capital football program, as the Crusaders will be welcoming in the Wilmington Quakers at Bernlohr Stadium this Saturday. Kickoff is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. for that game. I'm Charlie Danis for Capital Athletics. We'll see you next time.